All right, we're back. We're in the kitchen with Ellen. I'm so excited. Oh my goodness, it smells wonderful in here. I'm ready to eat. I love to eat. But again, I eat certain things in moderation. So Ellen, let's just jump right into it. Your cookbook is off the chain. I love it. I'm looking at chicken pot pie, honey, garlic chicken recipes, 30-minute almond chicken. You know, we love chicken here in the South, so why not, you know, broil it? Why not bake it? Why not, you know, put it on the George Foreman grill and grill it? Not only that, she has Southern Breeze, no-cook eggnog. I love eggnog for the holidays. Homemade lemonade. There's so many great dishes in here, main dishes, everything. You all need to get this. Go to, is it cookingwithellen.com? And purchase this cookbook. It's wonderful. I'm telling you, will truly be blessed. Now, I'm going to stop talking because I'm ready to eat. I'm going to place this right here. Ellen, what are we cooking today?
Today we are making some chicken fajitas. Now, this recipe could easily be done as a lean beef fajitas, whatever kind of meat you have. So let's just get started.
Okay. I'm
going to start out with some olive oil in the skillet.
All right, we're following
And we want to make sure that we use olive oil because olive oil actually has heart-healthy fats in it, so it's really good for us. So I love to keep olive oil on hand. We're going to add some chicken.
Okay.
I'm going to dip out my chicken here, and we're going to saute this to cook it in our skillet.
Okay. And you can hear the sizzle.
Oh, yes. So we're going to saute some chicken.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful.
And while this is going, we got it on about medium-high heat. We're going to add in bell peppers and onions. We want to flavor up our chicken. So I'm going to not cross-contaminate. We want to be really careful in the kitchen when we deal with raw meat. That we wash raw meat utensils. So we're going to add some onions. We're going to add bell pepper. And this represents an important part of seasoning.
Okay.
I love to season my food. I could easily just have chicken and put salt and more salt and more salt. But instead what we're going to do is we're going to season it up with vegetables. So I'm going to add some bell peppers.
And you know what? When you're adding the bell peppers and the onions, when they're being sauteed, it's the aroma. Even if you don't know how to cook, it makes your home smell like you're really cooking it up in there. So
absolutely.
This is great.
And then we're going to add some fresh garlic. Now you can easily use some garlic powder. I love fresh garlic. And the important thing is to know how to get it from a garlic clove into minced garlic, right? So I'm going to take it and I'm going to knock my garlic clove a couple times to kind of break that outer shell.
Yeah.
I'm going to put it in my garlic press. I'm going to press it. And then I can take a knife and I can scrape out the fresh garlic into the skillet.
Now my mom, you know, she actually takes a little bit of garlic every day. And I said, oh, Mom, I can't do that. But I actually cook with garlic powder, garlic salt. And if I'm not mistaken, she said something about it's really great for your heart. What is the importance of garlic?
Garlic is so healthy. It's like a superfood. And garlic has health benefits, can help ward off infections, can help our heart. So it's a very healthy thing to cook with. So I love to cook garlic.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, if you all are not using garlic while you're cooking, you need to start today.
You got to start today.
It fights off infections, and that's where a lot of our viruses, and we get sick, and actually this week, matter of fact, I experienced an eye infection. I thought I was about to just say, hey, God, help me. Well, I actually did, and I really believe if I would have just taken a pinch of garlic, like my mom said, I would have not been in so much pain. So begin to use that garlic, and right now you're garnishing with
We've got some cracked pepper. So I just got pepper put in there. What I do when I season is, first of all, I think about seasonings that don't add salt.
Oh, great.
So while we go, we're going to go ahead and start on our broccoli as well. We're going to have some fresh steamed broccoli.
Okay. And while you're doing that, I'm going to shift this over here for health safety reasons.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to put some onions in the skillet. You can hear it popping.
Oh, I love the smell of onions.
I love it. And we could add garlic to this. We're going to add in our broccoli.
All right.
And we know we're talking about the colors of the rainbow, right? We're talking about getting in as many colors as we can. So we got our broccoli going.
I'm going to give this back to you because you're cooking. I love it.
Let's let it sit for a second.
What's the importance of broccoli? Because most people say, I don't eat broccoli. They do. They drown it with cheese.
And not even real cheese if we're using that cheese sauce, right?
I know.
So broccoli is like a superfood. It's so full of vitamins and minerals. And this is a good principle. Anything that God made that's dark, like this, the darkness of broccoli, we know is packed with vitamins, minerals, and healthy components.
Okay.
So for example, when we hit our lettuces, if I buy green leafy lettuce or spinach, that is so packed with nutrients in comparison to an iceberg lettuce, which is so light, it doesn't have many nutrients.
Wow.
Now I love me some lemon pepper. You got to watch these. A lot of times they'll contain salt. If I use this, I'm not going to use any extra salt, and I'm going to use this on my broccoli because I
now
like
that's
the flavor.
McCormick. Is that right?
Absolutely.
McCormick.
But this
Wonderful.
is just the one I have. Any of them are pretty good. But I want to watch, and I like to try to get it without a lot of added salt.
Okay.
Or that monosodium glutamate is another salt. So I'm going to put some of that on my stir fry as well.
It smells great in here, you guys. I wish you were here to taste this. I'm so sorry.
I know. So we're going to add in, as soon as it gets cooking, we're going to add our tomatoes in a minute because I don't want to overcook
Now,
our tomatoes.
what are you making for our audience again?
We're making fajitas. So we know we've all been to a Mexican restaurant, right? And we've gotten those fajitas. So we're going to make them at home. Did you know that countless studies have been done even just of the benefits of a family meal? And it's so easy for my husband and I to get so busy that we don't spend time together in the kitchen around the dinner table eating our dinners together. And so it's so important to get that family meal. So instead of going and eating out where it's going to cost us a lot of money and we're not on the budget to do that every night, right? We're going to do at home, and we're going to eat just as delicious a food as we can.
And that quality times, you know, make cooking fun. I remember as a young girl back in the day, we would go fishing, scale the fish, come home, you know, and I was like, I don't want to do this, but I loved it because it was quality time spent with my dad, with my uncles, you know, with my grandmother, you know, of course, frying fish.
So we're going to bake it. And that's another thing that is so important. You know, the knowledge base we have of nutrition and healthy eating now is so broad that never, ever, ever will we see a shift and a change in the obesity and the diabetes trends until we, as the parents, change how our children see food. And change fried food into a healthy meal and train our children that these are good foods and these are healthy foods. And that's such an important part of life.
I think even with desserts. Now, are you making a dessert today as well?
Now what I did is I threw the dessert in the oven. So while these are cooking, I'm going to show you what I did with the dessert. Basically what I did is I got some apples.
Wonderful.
Now, I love to get the Fuji's, the Braverns, the Jonathan's, the Golden Delicious, any that have a real strong flavor, the Granny Smith. And I just sliced them up. So I just sliced me some apples and just slice them into little wedges, and I put them into a baking dish. You get to see it in a minute. It's cooking.
It's cooking. Be patient.
Be patient. But I sliced them up and I put them in a baking dish, and then I mixed up some oats. Now we know that oats have so many health benefits: added fiber, vitamins, minerals, high in iron, and so actually oatmeal has been shown to help reduce cholesterol and blood pressure and help reduce body weight. So if we can take fruit and we can add oats, that's awesome. And I did some cinnamon in it, so I put in a teaspoon of cinnamon, mixed that in there, and I mixed in a little brown sugar as well. Now I could use a little Splenda if I'm really watching my calories. But I added just a little bit of brown sugar, and I took this mixture, mixed it up, and sprinkled it over my apples.
Wonderful.
Put it on 350, and it is baking in the oven.
Wonderful. So that's another little tip, you guys. If you're not adding, you know, any oats into your diet, oatmeal is actually great for you.
Oatmeal's amazing.
You know, I love to add apples. I love to add raisins.
Yes.
Sometimes I actually do nuts in mine, and I do, of course, garnish it with the cinnamon and the brown sugar. It's wonderful, I'm telling you. So you need to put in some garlic, oats, and not only that, you know, just get into spending time with your family and making these healthy meals instead of going to, you know, the McDonald's or giving your kids, you know, that time to say, here, just be quiet. No, spend that time with them in the kitchen cooking. You never know who you're raising. Let's get back to cooking with Ellen.
Let's keep cooking. So we've got our cooking now. Our chicken is getting there. It's not
How do you know when the chicken's actually done?
Well, usually what I do is I find I get it where there's none more of this pink. So we know this is not done yet. I'm going to get it where there's no more pink, and then I'm going to cut one of the biggest pieces open, and I'm going to make sure it's white all the way through and not still pink. You want to get chicken to 170 degrees, but sometimes it's hard with like little chicken strips to actually measure your temperature. So I'm going to make sure that my biggest piece is cooked through because I don't want to make my family sick. So we're getting to the point here where it's mostly cooked, so we're going to go ahead and add our tomatoes because I love having those tomatoes in my fajitas.
It just adds that color.
Oh, absolutely. And you can add red bell peppers to this. You can add, you know, a red onion. You can add anything that you want to add more flavor to these fajitas. Another thing is that you can actually saute in fat-free Italian or fat-free zesty Italian. So I brought this along to kind of demonstrate. You can see how much I've used.
Oh, we love it. We love it.
We love using the fat-free Italian to flavor and cook our food in.
Wonderful. And you can even see with the Italian dressing that it does have the red bell peppers, the garlic, the onions. It's a great flavorful taste even on your salads. Instead of doing most of the ranch and the Thousand Island, which is a little bit more, I call it oily to me.
Absolutely. And it's got the mayonnaise, it's got that saturated fat in it. And one good point when it comes to salad dressings for salad. Now, salad is an awesome way to add vegetables to your meal.
Wonderful.
But I don't know how many people I have had tell me, here's how the conversation goes. I'm trying to lose weight. Okay, what you doing? Well, all I eat is salads.
Yes.
And I'm like, well, what you putting on it? Well, I have this much lettuce, and this much tomatoes, and this much cheese, and meat, and salad dressing, and I go through a set bottle a week, and I say, okay, let's back up because we're no longer having salad anymore.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the truth of a salad. So it's very important when we're making a salad that we season with vegetables. We make a vegetable salad. We can add a little bit of meat. We can add a little cheese, but no, those add a lot of calories to it also. And then when we go with the dressing, we want a fat-free, if it's like an Italian or a dressing like that.
Vinaigrette dressing.
A vinaigrette dressing. If we're going to go with a mayonnaise-based dressing like ranch, Thousand Island, etc., we want to go with a light version.
Yes.
The fat-free has a lot of starches added, so if you have diabetes, that's sugar.
Yeah.
Because they take out the fat, they got to put something back in there.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
20-something% fat. And so you're paying for a lot of fat in that food. So it's important to go with the lean version. So we can tell that our broccoli is right at almost ready.
Okay, and we're look, almost ending our segment. I hope you guys are really enjoying this. We're going to get this over into our fajita, and we're going to pull out our actual dessert dish, and we're going to see what Miss Ellen has actually been doing. And she used that wheat tortilla. Try not to do so many white breads. Go to the wheat bread. Ezekiel bread is actually great for you. Now, this is actually a wonderful, wonderful apple crisp. Is that correct?
Apple crisp, yes, apple oatmeal crisp. We've got
wonderful
fixed out. We could do this with pears. We could do it with many different types of fruits. We could add nuts. It's delicious.
Okay.
And we've got our fajitas just about ready to eat.
All right. Well, as she's bringing that over, we're going to transition. I hope that you all have really enjoyed cooking with Ellen and learning about how you can live long and finish strong by what you eat. It has been a pleasure coming into your home. I have so enjoyed this. The aroma is just like filling the room. I love you all.